So what we need to do then, right? In order to get all of the achievements, we need to beat the bosses in every castle without getting hurt, right? No damage. That's a pain in the ass. Some of them, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But we can make that as easy as possible by going through the entire game without actually beating the dungeons. Because you don't have to actually fight the boss in order to progress. You're gate kept by the spells and the spells from the towns and the items from the dungeons. But you can get all those without actually fighting the boss. So, we can go through the game, get all that stuff, level up all of our abilities, and then essentially go back and fight all of the bosses with our stats and our spells and our gear all maxed out. Will that make it push? No, but it will make it easier. So where we're at right now is we need magic. That's where we're at right now. But as far as progression goes, we can either go back to Death Mountain or we can go to the second castle. And I'm going to go to the second castle for a bit. The item there won't help any, but fighting my way through to the item will help me get my get some points, level up a little bit, because that's a thing you do in this game. And so that way we'll be a little bit tougher and try Death Mountain again. A slice of fried gold, as they used to say, back when that movie was popular. Alright, so in order to get to the second castle, we gotta go up through the swamp, and it's a fucking trek. They have these little roads, these little pieces of road that you can, rest in, but you're gonna get caught. You're walking very slow. Your best bet is to just, when you walk out, make sure that there's nothing coming right away. Cool. Cool. Alright, life maxed, magic maxed, we're set. Oh, yeah. So here we're going to start having... So this thing's going to drip, right? The red drips are just damage. If they hit you, they hurt. And if you'll cooperate and show off what I'm waiting for... there are blue drops that when they hit the ground will turn into slimes, and there we are. Oh, weird. Sometimes they don't, I guess, or the game just goes goofy. Normally they turn into slimes and come at you, but... and then we get my favorite. Somebody came over from Castlevania. They are just as much of a pain as the... Ah, crap. And they take your points. They're another one of those ones that take your points when they hit you. Weird. You did not spawn last time. That's fine. Okay. So remember, we got a key up there. We got to open up. There we go. My stepsister and I used to play this game when I was a kid, and she would always comment how doing this must have made Link's arms hurt. Trying to stab through all the, just chop down the health of those floaty balls. Those, bouncy skulls, whatever they're called. That's the other thing. A lot of the enemies in this game are, like, bespoke for this title. Like, there's, like, you know, here's a Stalfos, but... Oh, yeah, the blue ones can do that jump down strike maneuver. The previous ones, you know, the orange ones could not. That's a move that we will eventually learn how to do. But yeah, a lot of the enemies in this game are not... like this. I guess this could be like a flaming skull. What are those called in later games? They're not Keese. Keese are the bats. Yep, back to Zelda. What are the flaming skulls called? Alright, so we got the key. We can head back up this way. I think this way leads to the item for this castle, which, again, doesn't actually... It's not going to help us. It's not going to make us, you know, stronger in any way. It's a utility item, but getting to it is a thing we're going to need to do, and we'll get points along the way. Assuming we don't get them all taken away by these fucking dragon heads. In original, they were just bubbles. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I remember that from... Oh, really? Yeah, see, I never played the original one. But I do remember them in Ocarina of Time, now that I think about it. Alright. Don't want to fuck with this thing, because it'll hit us and knock us into the lava, so... Let him jump. Come on. Good boy. And then... Go. Okay. Second quest. Oh, like a New Game Plus, but harder kind of thing. Maybe I should... I'm sure that's got a retro achievements file, so maybe I'll check that out at some point. I have tried playing it in the past. Like, I've got the... You know, the NES, like I've had ROMs of it. I've got the, you know, the NES pack on my Switch. There we are. So sometimes you can, if you're very lucky, you can pull the trick where if you can pick up the full jar and cast a spell before it reaches the top, it'll fill up more. You know, you'll get the, you'll get more out of it. So let's see. Game Boy SP. My Game Boy for me was mostly, my SP was mostly Fire Emblem. But, you know, Fire Emblem and Sacred Stones. What else did I have on Game Boy? Oh, Mega Man and Bass. That was the other one. Which also has a Retro Achievements file. I've got that one. Mega Man and Bass, that is. Probably the Fire Emblems, too. I haven't looked at them. Three Houses. I picked up Three Houses on a sale. Haven't touched it yet, but Fire Emblem's good. I've played... Let's hold off on that. Let's get that attack. We can do that. It's only 300 more points. Yeah, look at that. See, we're almost there. Okay, this is what's gonna lead us to... This is the progress path. So there's something I missed toward the beginning. Yep, okay. This is the path toward the item. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's fine. Oh, you know what? We are going to wait until a slime pops out of this. Here we are. Boom. Because there's something coming up we're going to have to fight. There we go. There we go. See? He's not so bad. Okay, so there's the item. We just don't have a key. So we're gonna have to go back and get a key. Those will hurt if they land on your head. They'll break, but they will hurt. You can also get trapped inside them. Like, you can... They fall pretty much at random, so if they block you off, sorry. Okay, these are your Lakitus, Lakaitu. I've never been I've never said that word and been told I did it right, so you know. My honest answer, my honest like how I pronounce it, the way I feel like it's right is Lakitu, but I don't know, and it's can't go this way yet. That's what we need the item for. But yeah, Fire Emblem. One is good. Well, okay. When I say one, I mean Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance, which is like number 4, I think, over in like the release order. It's 4 or 5, I can't remember. Or maybe it's 6? Yeah, I think it's 6, because I'm pretty sure Sacred Stones is 7. And Sacred Stones came out is the second one on Game Boy Advance. I liked that one better. Sacred Stones, because there was an open map, and you could go back and grind if you had to. There was, you know, some areas you could fight... some like skirmish battles to level up your troops. In Fire Emblem, full stop, the Blazing Sword or whatever the hell it's called. If you get to a point and you haven't leveled up properly and you can't get by, then fuck you. You've got to start over, because once you've leveled your characters, that's it. You're moving on. There's no U-turns on the road of life, you know, whatever. Okay, gotta backtrack a little bit. There we go. Now, which is to say, when Sacred Stones does it, they do it in a reasonable fashion. There was one for the DS called Awakening, or the 3DS, rather, that was just fucking insufferable. It was the game that made me stop playing Fire Emblem for a while, honestly. It was just hundreds of characters that you could download and skirmish maps and fucking extra mini campaigns that weren't really campaigns. They were just, oh, the villains from the old games have come back and are causing a ruckus. Stop them. It was very... had a lot of DLC, and you ended up getting basically every character from Fire Emblem, but they were not like fully fleshed out. There was your main cast from the game itself, and then all of the old characters were just like, they would be of an appropriate class and named the same, but they were functionally no different than all the enemies and NPCs you'd been dealing with the entire game. So yeah, it was kind of a disappointment. They also added this like double like team up mechanic where you're where you could have two of your troops like form together and do a combo attack on the enemy, and it would take both of their turns, and it was weirdly implemented and never really worked right, and it just felt like we need to try something new. This is technically new. Front. Yeah, I never played any of Front Mission or Advance Wars, so I don't know if there's like a similar kind of thing, but it didn't feel good in Fire Emblem. Oh, you prick. Run away. Let's see, there's going to be some skeletons coming up? No. Okay, here's the key. Soon. There's another one of those guys. Ugh. That's fine. If we get the key, we'll keep the key. Like, it won't disappear from our inventory, so we'll be able to... If we die after we get the key, we'll be able to just go straight to the door. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of the... Like, the light gun worked off of the black and white flashes. Like, basically the sensor at the tip of the gun would, when you pull the trigger, it would, like, look at the point of the screen it was aimed at, and anything black would be a hit, and anything white would be a miss. So, like, if you look at Duck Hunt, when you pull the trigger, it flashes really quick, and the outlines of the ducks are black, and the rest of the screen is white. That's how it tells whether or not whether you shot the duck or not. We're done. Yeah, we're done here. So all that's left is backtrack over this way. But yeah, a lot of old NES there was like a lot of black and white flashing as an aesthetic choice. I don't know why they do it here, other than just to be like, you're dying, chaos makes you uncomfortable because you just failed, and this is your punishment. Huh. There should be a spitter, a thingy up there. Oh, the Famicom had a microphone? Really? Really? Alright, come on. Nope. Yeah. Huh. I did not know that. I know Spirit Tracks on the DS had some gimmicks like that. Like you could blow into the microphone to like activate some wind powers, and I think you had to close the thing at one point to put an enemy to sleep, solve a puzzle, stuff like that. Yeah, we had no microphones here in America. I blame George Bush. The first one. Let's see. So I'm gonna get that level. Six of one, half a dozen of the other, really. We could either increase our life bar, or we could have more magic to cast life spells. I think I'm going to go with the life bar, because I remember last time we tried Death Mountain. Excuse me. Last time we had Death Mountain, we had like a lot of fucking life jars that we just couldn't use. Yeah, this way. And in fact, once we get to the next room, there's going to be a red iron knuckle. Oh, you prick. Yeah, see? Ah, fuck. That's what you don't want to happen. And if one of those walls just kind of drops on either side of you, sorry. Oh, fuck you. Ha. Yep. There we go. Alright. So there's red iron knuckle in here. That'll give us enough to... Yeah, nothing we... Don't have enough to cast shield, but that's fine. There we go. Now we can cast shield. Or just, you know, Goron tunic. I don't know if the red ones react faster than the orange ones. They have more health. And a more intimidating color palette. There we go. But I don't know if they actually react faster with, you know, blocking, or if I'm just, you know, paranoid. Okay. Here's the item for this. This is the glove. The glove doesn't provide any... yeah, combat is very Nidhoggy, but, you know, 20 years earlier. So the glove doesn't provide any combat utility. It lets you break these with your sword. Those kinds of... And it's only the blocks that look like this, the stone blocks. If you notice down below, the path was blocked off. It was like completely sealed by those sorts of blocks. That's the way toward the boss of this castle. But if you don't have the glove, you can't get to him. So now we are going to die because we have very few points and one health or one life remaining. So, but yeah, see, now you can carve your way to the boss. Come on, finish me. Finish me. Alright. Let's take another run at Death Mountain, shall we? We leveled up our attack 1 and our life 1, so we should be fine. Yeah, Death Mountain is the roadblock for most people on this game. I was actually looking at the Retro Achievements forum for advice about some of the, like, how to do the bosses no damage, and a lot of the posts I was seeing was just, I can't get past the red rhinoceroses in Death Mountain. I'm like, yep, they're hard. We're gonna have a fairy at the end of this, and it doesn't matter. We don't need to waste our magic now. Plus, we're going to need to cast the jump spell in the next room, so... Yeah, I found one of the easiest things to do with the boomerang foxes is get right up in their face. Because when they do the arc, if you're close enough, you can just block it as it leaves their hand. And you don't have to worry about it coming from behind. There you are. But they're always dancing back and forth, so then it becomes, you know, can you match them? Can you tango with them? Oh, we're also going to have to go through town before we hit the mountain anyways, so... excuse me. It literally doesn't matter. As long as we don't die. It can be the tiniest scrape of our by the teethness, and we'll still be fine. Did I get these points last time? There's points in this forest. I did. They only spawn once, right? So whenever you see these forests that are here to give you free points, they only spawn the one time. Thanks. That's nice of you. And that's why, like, there's a very conspicuous forest at the very beginning of the game, just north of the Temple of Time, I guess that's supposed to be, where you get 50 points, and your first upgrade is 50 points. It's just a quick and easy, like, hey, look at this thing that's very obvious. Oh, hey, look, now you know how the upgrade system works. Cool. Cool, cool. Have my note. I got it from Bagu. Oh, yeah, so that was the thing last time we were here and Voice of Dog was on. I was telling him the I am error gag is that Bagu, the man in the forest, the forest hermit who gives you the note to give to the riverman there, he and Bagu are the same sprite, different colors. That sprite gets used a bunch. But the joke was that in the original... Bagu was a bug. So they're supposed to be brothers. They're an error and a computer bug. Hardy har har. Yes, the deepest lore. Yeah, we'll do it. It's a lot of hell, a lot of magic, but... You know, them programmers in the 80s, they gotta put in their little goofs. keep themselves happy. Burn off all that cocaine energy. Or, you know, sometimes just that's the only way they could get credited for their work. Come on. Actually, this guy, I can just go over him and get him from the other side. Bam! Let's see. I used to know the fastest route through this bullshit. Let's see. Okay, so we've got... I wonder if I can... 1, 2, 3. Okay, it takes 3 stabs to kill an orange. Yeah, okay. I know, and then it's... Come on. Thank you. And then it's to the left here. Come on. Yeah, you jerk. Fine. There. Ha! Twofer. And then if I remember, it's this one. Ugh, was it this one? Oh, God. I hope it was this one. Let's just go ahead and play it safe. And then I think... I don't remember. At least this room's not too bad. Ugh. Of course, you have to not do that. But I think this is going to bring me over. Yeah, okay. So then, like, the nice thing is if you clear out the room, the enemies don't respawn, right? So you can always just, if you make a wrong turn, you can backtrack through the room you were just in. So I'm gonna say, let's, I don't fucking remember. Okay, so this one is gonna go up to the left there, and that's wrong. We could go in here and then take that elevator down and see where that goes. Ugh. Ah, I think it's this way. Yes. Yeah. And then here. Yep. Ugh, whatever. Because we're probably, yeah. Hey, you know what? One shielded hit from the red Dairu, I think they're called? I don't know. Rhinoceros man. Raqus. Ah. Okay. Oh, fuck. Wow. Bungled that is about as bad as I could, huh? Okay. Almost there. Still haven't lost a life yet, right? So this is good. This is a pretty good run so far. Oh, the red slimes, they move faster and they jump farther. They're more aggressive. Yes. Okay, I needed that. 1, 2. Death. Oh, handy. Boom. And my magic refills. Great. Love it. Beautiful. Ugh. All right, not too bad. You? You? Oh, you prick. Die. Double bungle. Fuck you. Wait. All right. Cool. Cool, cool. Sweet. Okay. Now, this is it. This is the end. I'm gonna go ahead and get this because actually, I wonder 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whoa. Grasshopper bastards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think down is the way we want to go, but this way will lead us to some magic, I think. Also that. Oh. Nope, just these 3 dudes. Right, because last time I thought that was a secret tunnel, and it's not. I am just shy. I think I'm going to be good, though, because the next room is a red rhino. Coming up? Yes, okay. Sweet. Cool, so you're going to be coming. Do that. Ooh. That was, Oh, you son of a bitch. Deny me my points. That's cool. That's cool. We've still got 2 lives after this, and I believe this is the last room. This is where I died last time. To that guy. Oh. Cool. That red guy is the only thing standing between me and the end, right? So we got this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Okay. Hammer. That is what we needed. Again, it's not a combat item. This isn't Ocarina of Time. But it is probably the most useful thing we've gotten thus far. Oh, right, because you didn't die, technically. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Gotcha. 100 and... Okay, so we can't actually kill those little spiny things that are crawling around. We can't kill them yet. Ugh. You son of a bitch. There. If we'd had... Man, there's a move I'm going to learn later on. It's fast travel, essentially. Boom. Fast travel and also unlocks, like, secret areas. There are rocks on the world map that we smash with it. There's a handy one right next to the entrance to this little mini dungeon to try it out on. Yeah, why not? We're on our last life. I don't know if we're going to be getting any more power up or any more upgrades on this run, but... Okay, so... Boom. They're done, right? See that space there? It's a hidden tunnel. Now I've got more magic. Over here, this also introduces us to a new land tile type, whatever you want to call it, environ biome. The cemetery. These are probably the worst places to get caught. These flying ghost eyeball things suck. They're fast, and they steal your fucking points, and you don't want to deal with them. Basically, there's... Let me see if I can recreate it. Well, not this time. There is a sound effect that plays when certain enemies hit you. It's a little... That tells you... That lets you know that your points are being stolen on hit. And it sucks. Especially if you're, like, so close. Now we can go into these secret tunnels. There's one more thing I want to get before we can actually try the two bosses we have available. More health, always good. There are 8 total. So there's 2 more heart containers out there somewhere in the world and 2 more magic containers. You will never get them. You don't get them as rewards from temples. I think I run in this one already. but only takes a second to check. Yeah, I think I did this one already. This one's only got points in it, but... Oh, come on. Gotcha. From beating a temple, what happens is your points will automatically fill to the next... Yeah, we got this already. Your points will fill up automatically to the next... upgrade, and you'll just basically get it automatically for free. Or you can bank them and save it if you want something above that, but... It gets to a point where that's pretty much the only way outside of a ludicrous amount of grinding. But yeah, so now we can just come straight back here from the front because we got the hammer and we can open up that rock. Also, the spaces that rocks used to be on, when you break them, they become desert tiles. Alright, so we got a couple of things here, right? So we're in the harbor town. First, let's talk to this nice lady. Thank you. Oh, don't sell yourself short. Here we go. Ask Error of Rudo about the palace, you say. So once you talk to that guy, you can go back and Error actually has something to say. There's a raft in the island palace to the south. That's where we want to get. See that? Let's see what we can do about that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, see, this is why. This is fucking why. The game's about to get a lot easier. There are 2 sword masters in the game. This is the most useful thing you get in the entire game, if you ask me. Now Link can hold his sword down like that. This means you have a vertical attack. And since so many of the enemies in this game are horizontal, you win. Fuck you. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Smash Brothers. Yep. I haven't played Smash Brothers in years. But yeah, this is the game where that comes from. There's also a magic spell. Just because there's a sword master doesn't mean that there's not a spell. So in this case, this woman's daughter is sick. We have to find her some medicine. Then we can get in and get the spell. Two more things over here. One, we've got this humongous graveyard. That brrr, see that? That's the sound. That's the your points are being stolen sound. So, this is King's Tomb. And if you go, I want to say... I want to say here, under the first line of mountains. God damn it. And this is the weak enemy in the fucking graveyard mine. This is the blobs. Nope, not that one. Maybe one over. The strong enemy is this! There's a reason I'm doing this. I'm not just playing in the graveyard for fun. Like, I have nothing to lose. Literally all of my points have been eaten away. Where is it? It's one of these. Maybe it's to the right. I had magic I could have been spending on those past lives. Why did I do that? Must be to the right. Of the King's Tomb, that is. That's fine. There's some stuff over this bridge anyway. Actually, this way, I believe, leads us back to Death Mountain, but there's some other stuff we can do over there. Bump. Four. If you line it up right, you will actually, like, just pogo stick them to death. Like that. So here we are back on the outskirts of Death Mountain. Yeah, combat is basically one. Like, there's a handful of bosses that this is how I'm going to beat them without taking damage. There's one in particular it's definitely not going to work on, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Damn it. Okay. Let's try this. We have significantly more strength than we should, and we have the jump spell and the down attack. Theoretically, Horsehead Man should be not a problem. We also have a lot of health, but that doesn't matter because we can't get hit. That's the whole point. Like, Horsehead isn't hard. I could have just decimated him the first time. Those guys, they'll steal your XP. Like, I could have, the one time I got to him... Oh, also. Come on. This becomes fun. Isn't that nicer? Yeah, the first time I went and fought him, I was on my last health. Like, my last hit. And I died, right? I could have gone back and just cleaned him up once I had a full, the full health and magic bar. But if the idea is to beat him without getting hit, then I can only really think of one good way to go about that. And it involves casting the jump spell, so I can jump clear over his head and pogo sticking him to death. His only attack is he swings a mace out at his waist, our head height. So if I can just get on his head in a stable position and, without any kind of lateral sway, he's fucked. There's nothing he can do. 3 or 4 pogo sticks later, he dies. And I am the fucking... There's 3 that I can think of that will be fought this way. There's one that half of it will be fought this way. There's a boss in 2 phases is the one I'm worried about. Okay, here we are. This is mostly... Healing my life up is mostly just a way to be able to confirm my health at the end. Well, it still does the job. It's not as automatic as I thought, but boom. Cool. Oh, it's not showing up on the recording. Oh, weird. I assure you the achievement just popped. It didn't show up on the recording. Yeah, so you fill up, and you get a free upgrade, which, yes, I'll take it. Yeah, go to retroachievements.com. There's, here, let me, let's take a quick hop over to retroachievements.com. So, this one here, this is what we just got. Place the gem in the palace. It didn't, oh, because I'm not logged in. Yeah, so I mentioned this last time, but to recap, a little over a year ago, Slow Beef, Wandering Newbie, and I did a little podcasty thing about achievements. Just, discussing them in theory and things we liked and disliked about them. And Newbie mentioned this website. Thanks. This has fan-developed, submitted achievements for old games. There is a bespoke emulator. It's called RA Liberto. There's a few others, but that's the one I like. And when you have legally purchased games and played them legally on this thing, you can load them into this emulator and it'll hook you up with these. You can unlock these. As you can see, we haven't gotten very many so far. There's one for every spell. There's one for beating every palace. There is one for beating every boss without getting harmed. There's one for beating the game. And then there's, get all of the containers, level up all your shit. Basically, it's 100%, get all the things and also beat the bosses without getting hit. This is the motherfucker. This is the one I'm not sure what's going to happen. All right, back to it. So, once you complete a dungeon, it becomes a mountain, and you can't go back there no more. I guess technically that means some of the things are missable, but I'm pretty sure not. Trying to think. I think they set it up so that you can't get to the boss without the item from that particular dungeon, and therefore, once you do that, there's nothing left for you in there. Like, I guess technically points are missable, but whatever. You can farm points all over the place. So, this next fella is going to be very first verse, same, second verse, same as the first kind of a thing. It's also good to know that it is only get hit during that run. So if you get hit, you can just die and try again. Because I got to Horsehead earlier and died, and I was not sure if having gotten hit there was going to lock out the achievement for the rest of the playthrough. So it's good to know that's not the case. Yep. Yeah, the other fact is there are softcore and hardcore versions of every achievement. I've just got it defaulted onto hardcore. The difference being, on hardcore, once you set the emulator into hardcore mode, you cannot use save states. You can save them, but you cannot load them. So you gotta do it legit if you want the hardcore version of the achievement. If you want the softcore, yeah. Oh, these guys also. But now I can do this. Boom. So yeah, anything you want to do on this? No save states. Which, in a lot of cases, can be fine. Like this, like Zelda, for instance, this game here, you basically have as many, this is one of the first games I ever saw that gave you a save file. So, yeah, I mean, there have definitely been times when, like, okay, I just want to see a game that I know I'm not good enough to beat on my own, so hooray for save states for that purpose, right? This way, at least I just get to experience the ending. But it does take away from that, oh, no, shit was unkind back in the day, and there were, vast amounts of people that just could not get to the end of a thing, not see the ending of a game, because they just didn't have the manual dexterity necessary. This game and the original Zelda, which I never played, but, I know it did the same feature, like giving you a save file was one of the first things that, made that possible, even if it, was still at points, that level of difficulty. You didn't have to start from the beginning every time. Like, it gave you essentially infinite tries. Yep, tried it. Didn't work. Yeah, so here, this is the path. It makes sure you have to have the glove in order to get this way, so you can't lock yourself out of the glove. Right? Ah. Ow. Sometimes this happens. Yeah, no, I'm fine with lives not. Sometimes game like it's always weird when a modern title keeps a live system in, even though the point of them is gone. Like lives were functionally a quarter, right? Like lives were there so you could buy more attempts at the arcade, so that the arcade people, you know, the proprietors and the developers of arcade cabinets could make money. That's not the model anymore. It's much, much worse now. But, like, so it doesn't... It's not necessary. It doesn't mean anything. It's just there because that's how it always was in some cases. Like Mario Galaxy, I just played for the first time. It's got lives, and you can get them really easily. And losing all, like, I never lost all my lives. I don't know what happens. I imagine you gotta just reload your save from the title menu and get your starting 5 lives and then just pick up exactly where you were. It's just an extra layer of fucking you around. There's enough points I might be able to get a level up before the boss, because A, we don't know for sure that we're gonna beat the boss, and B, it does kind of suck to have like a large amount of points going into the boss fight, because then you essentially wasted them. The End in Nye has lives. Is that was Ed McMillan, right? His most recent title before his most recent independent title. Like, I know Super Meat Boy Forever came out, but so here's a fun one, right? They've trained you so far that statues can give you full health potions. It's not this one. We'll try again some other time. Yep, fucking donkeys. I don't know what these are. Like I said, as a kid, to me, they were donkeys. I don't know where I got that from, and now they are donkeys forevermore. The other benefit being, though, about the points, like I was saying earlier, these bubbles, if these are meant to be bubbles, will always respawn. They are always 50 points. If you need to grind out an ability, that's how you do it. Riffs on classical music. That could be fun. Here's the... Okay. Okay. This one's a pain in the ass. This one is a lot harder to do. I'm going to try to do it without using the down stab, just to show you the intended how this works. Okay. Actually, I should... Oop. Let's see. I believe that's going to be a 200. If it's a 150, I'm going to be sad. Because once I go down those disappearing bricks, I don't think I can get back up. And I think, if I remember correctly, it leads directly to the boss. So if I don't get the upgrade before then, you're hosed. Which means I'm gonna want. I'm gonna get it up to. I'm gonna get it up to 1850 just in case. So this part's gonna be a little repetitive. Apologies. Ask your questions now in the comments to fill time. Zelda 2 Achievement Hunt AMA. Link to the Past. Yes. That's the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Yeah. I played the Windfish. What was the one with the Windfish? Link's Awakening. I had that on my Game Boy as a kid, and I played that. And I didn't have Link to the Past until I was in my 20s. So playing that was actually kind of interesting. It was like a little nostalgic, like, oh, right, I remember something kind of like this, but smaller and in black and white. And then also color, kind of, technically. Because they did Link's Awakening DX on the Game Boy Color, and it had like a little gimmick where you could get like an extra dungeon. I've played most of them. Let's see. I did this one as a kid, obviously. I did, I had Link's Awakening. I eventually played Link to the Past. When I got my, when I was in middle school and I got an N64, I played Ocarina of Time. I rented it from Blockbuster. And, Majora's Mask, also. I played Wind Waker. Fucking loved Wind Waker. I did. Oh man, I played Wind Waker to the point where I did all of the goddamn. So in Wind Waker, there's a camera, right? That's the sweet spot right there. So in Wind Waker, you get a camera. They call it the Picto Box, but it's a fucking camera. And it's black and white, right? It takes black and white photos. After you beat the game, there's a new Game Plus mode where the camera will now take color photos, and that's where the madness begins, because there is a guy who will take your color photos. He's the guy who gives you the camera. And if he approves of them, he will turn them into figurines. Now, every enemy and NPC in the game is a potential figurine. Every boss is a potential figurine. Here's the problem. Your camera only holds 3 shots. It takes 3 in-game days to develop a shot. And you don't know whether or not he likes the picture until they're already developed. So, in order to do this, to get all the figurines, which is what ended up happening, you have to go out into the world, take your 3 pictures, give them to the guy, one at a time. You might be able to give them to him all at once. I don't honestly remember that part. Play the Song of Time 6 times to make 3 days pass, and then go talk to him again. If he likes them, boom, figurines. If not, go back and try again. Also, some of these figurines are very missable. Bosses, for instance, you only get the 1 shot. So, enough of condolences. There's nothing. You get nothing for doing this, by the way. You get a rare figure. Okay, hold on. Here's the thing, right? So here's what you got to do. You got to boom, boom, and then make these go. Oh, it's 100. Fuck. Okay, I think there's gonna be an enemy. Hope there's... Yeah, okay. You get 100 from these guys. There. Oh, great. Well, perfect. So yeah, once you start getting into the... Oh, I didn't need to do that at all. There was plenty of shit between here and there. Oh, man. Well, I wasted a lot of time killing bubbles. But yeah, I'm pretty... Let me go double check, actually. Because I'm pretty sure once that bridge comes down... You can't... No, I'm not going to jump into the lava trying to find out. I don't think you can jump back up there. Maybe if you're really good with the bell. Okay. We're here. Hold that Pictobucks nonsense, because here we've got this guy. So he is functionally the same as Horsehead, with one slight hang up. He's got a little wrinkle in him. Watch. Oops. How'd that happen? Really? Okay, this is a fact-finding mission. Okay. So he's got 2 helmets. He's got 2 layers of helmet that you have to knock off. And apparently, if you downstab them, you get hurt. Did not know that. Once you knock them off, then they fly around the room and shoot fireballs. Okay. Shit. Oh boy. Whoo! There he go. Does it count? No, it does not. Son of a bitch. Oh, never mind. It does. Okay, cool. Whew. Okay, the achievement doesn't pop until you pick up the key. Remember that, kids. Every time I die, the bitrate dies and the stream buffers. Oh, man. Do I want magic or life? There's 4 more bosses, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna have to get 4 of these on our own. Maybe more, right? I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that. Yeah, I've got 2 lives. I can get 300 points in 2 lives. That's no problem. Just don't go into the fucking cemetery. Yeah, so Pictobox, right? Huge pain in the ass. You gotta save before the boss fight and then go do the nonsense, and then if it doesn't fucking, like, he doesn't like them, then you gotta load your old save, go do the boss fight again, which is fine, because if you haven't played Wind Waker, the game is fucking amazingly fun to play, and the boss fights are fantastic. So, like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Plus, by this point, you are on New Game Plus, and you are doing it all in adorable lobster pajamas. But tedious. And your prize for going through all of this nonsense is a figurine of your boat. It was not worth it. Again, I did this to me, so I really don't have any fucking room to complain, but I've always had my weird completionist tendencies, and they bite me in the ass. Yeah, I got all them fucking Skulltulas, let me tell you. Yeah, actually, I know there's going to be at least a couple 100 points on this bridge anyway, so it's worth doing. Because Red Rhino... Ooh! Red Rhino is down to 3 stabs. Yeah, it's difficult to find that kind of endgame content that's worth it. I'm looking forward to Jimmy, right? Because all of the big rewards that I've been getting from anybody listening, I'm playing Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass is like the main thing I'm streaming right now. This is just because I was awake and bored. And so far, all of the boss fights in Jimmy, the reward has been... and Majora's Mask did this as well, actually, now that I think about it. Your reward has been in story, like little side elements and, you know, bit characters getting fleshed out and things like that. And Majora's Mask was fucking great for that. My roommate in college actually cried at the end of Majora's Mask from one of the side stories. So that's one of the best ways to keep me engaged personally, is to, you know, let me have more of the world to understand, you know, more character stuff, more plot stuff. Because typically by the time, especially in RPGs, that I'm in, you know, endgame clean up all the side quests mode, I've done everything. A bigger sword isn't gonna help me unless it's for, you know, the Omega super boss, in which case it just feels like an overly complicated first phase of the fight. There's nothing left over here. Yeah, the one that made my roommate cry was the one about the butler and the truffle mask. Yeah. But getting that wedding was just a fucking pain. I did all of those too. I filled out the bomber's notebook and did the whole damn thing. Got all the masks, turned into adult Link, basically. Your secret reward is you get to be adult Link for the final boss fight if you get if you 100% all the side stuff in that game. Not really, it's like the great fairy power or something, but he's basically just tall and has a sword. Oh, the sword shoots lasers. So, you know, like adult Link. Yeah, Majora's Mask was fun. I enjoyed that. I like that they didn't bother. Like, it was still very much just like Ocarina of Time. It was an expansion pack to Ocarina of Time for all intents and purposes. So that gave them, they took all that effort that didn't have to go into building a new game and used all that time and effort to make like some really bizarre fucking plot stuff and like really play around with a weird story. And it was a good choice, if you ask me. I guess just in case, if you haven't... Oh yeah, the bubbles will steal your XP too. But I just bought my upgrade, so I don't care. Where is that one cave? Oh, you know what? Now that I've spent those points... Oh, you know what? I think that thing I was looking for earlier, right? So King's Tomb, right? So 1, 2, I think it's the third one. I thought it was on the left, but damn it. Well, we're going to do this again. There is a thing hidden in... And I know there's a fucking NPC who will give me more information if I were to troll through them all. But I tried to be clever at first and pretend I remembered where it was, and now I'm being stubborn. There we are. Oh, it's directly south. That's what it is. That's way easier than I was making it. Aha! But I can't go that way yet. Okay, well now we know where the thing is. So it can't be the thing. It can't be what I'm looking for then. I thought the medicine was in a cave. It's been a while. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, we also got to go back and talk to Error at some point and see his wisdom. Yeah, the Island Palace has a raft. Yeah, we need the medicine. Find magic in a cave in the swamp. We already did that. Oh, no, we didn't. That's right. We didn't actually go this way. There is a rock we can break. Okay, everything die. Everything be more dead for my betterment. Thank you. Goodbye. We... Just in fucking case, let's cast everything. Gotcha. Yeah. There's the medicine, you jerk. I must have already gotten the magic she was talking about then, but that's the medicine. Okay, moving right along. Stop. Stop flying out of the ground at me. Stupid bonefish. Okay. Stop. So, the medicine is going to give us a spell that we need to get through that tunnel below in the cemetery. So let's go do that now. Yeah, if you haven't played Wind Waker, I'd highly recommend that. And Twilight Princess, honestly, was pretty good. Play the GameCube version, for the love of God. I tried it on the Wii. A friend of mine had it on the Wii. I couldn't fucking deal with the Wiimote bullshit. Oh, the water of life, sorry. Not the medicine. Come with me. It's just assumed that she takes that to the kid. Like, we did the thing we needed to get in entry into the building, so now... This magic word will give you power. The power of fairies. So this is an interesting spell. And I will show it off when the time comes. I still haven't played Skyward Sword. I've heard Skyward Sword's really good, but I couldn't... I did play it on... I tried playing it on the Wii. Couldn't get past the first boss because the Wii controls were just garbage. It's not a full heal. It's, It's something that's not that. Watch. So. We were here before, right? To the left takes us back out. That's the way forward. What if we could fly? So, you are a fairy for the duration of the room. The second you leave, you turn back into Link. There's nothing you can do to turn back into Link and remain in the room, and you can't attack anymore. You can still get hurt. You can still die, right? But you have free motion. You also can't pick up items once you're there. Oh, yeah. These guys, by the way, we can kill them now. All right. Dungeon number 3. We are definitely not fighting the boss of this dungeon. I honestly don't. This might be the very last thing I do before the final palace, before Ganon's fortress. All the other bosses, I have a rough idea of how I can make it work. This one, not a fucking clue. Ah, this guy. So... see if I can get him to throw. Right, so that mace is a boomerang. These guys basically act the same as Stalfos. They're just slightly tougher. And that's how you deal with those fuckers. Okay. Ow. Yep, mistimed that. Need that key. It's also worth noting 2 blocks is your normal jump height. Yep. You know what? Now that I think about it, you can definitely get the item in this palace without fighting the boss. Which one? This one? Oh, if you, well, actually. So say you accidentally kill off all these blocks. You can still jump 3, but you need to give a run at it. So yeah, no, this is still fine. 2 is your standing jump height, rather. 3 is your running jump height, I guess I should say. This room can be a pain because you can accidentally, like, knock out one of the ones below you trying to kill one of these spiny dudes, and it becomes just. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, you can do that. So then now you've got to... Come on. There we go. Oh, come. Fucker. Get down here. Fine. Just be there. Oh, there you go. There we go. Let's see. That guy is available if I want the points. Yeah, okay. All right, 1, 2. Can I cast? Yes. Three. All right, so the reds are 3. Ugh, still not gonna be a fucking... Not gonna help me when the time comes, because, oh boy, we're actually gonna see... We're gonna see before we get to the boss why I'm so scared of this fucking boss coming up. You'll see. You'll see. You'll all see. All right, courtyard. We went outside. Okay. Up. More infinitely spawning motherfuckers. Do I have... Yeah, I got 2 keys. Alright, that way's gonna lead down, so let's go check out this other way. I don't have this game memorized. I've only ever had one game perfectly memorized my entire life, and I might still, if I sat and thought about it, Metal Gear Solid. I played that game so much back on the PS1, I could have sat in a room with my eyes closed and just fucking just done a spoken word strategy guide on the whole damn game. And I might still, if I really put my mind to it. Zelda 1 and Dark Souls 2 are the ones you've got. Yeah. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, Mega Man bullshit. So here's the fuckery here. 1, 2. If you knock him into the lava, like we saw with the red rhinoceros earlier, not only do you not get the points, but on the way back through, it will still not have counted him as dead, so you'll have to just fight him all over again. Yeah, I see you. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, go! Alright, this is easier. Fuck, one more. Normally you just cast jump and you don't have to strain yourself. I haven't played Dark Souls 2 since I did the Platinum, but it was on the PS3 version. Okay, here's the motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, so this is essentially the final boss of this. This is the boss of this dungeon, more or less. One of these guys. When you get close enough to them, they will rapid fire those goddamn throwing knives just... to the ends of the earth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So yeah, I gotta beat one of those things without getting hit. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do about that. But I got the raft. This is the raft. You can definitely get through this dungeon without getting the raft, because the raft only does one thing, and it does it on the map. Oof. You do get pushback from these things, by the way, so I could have very easily just bumped myself into the lava like a dingus. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder if when you beat the castle, it just doesn't turn into a mountain. I wonder if they programmed that in without the raft, because without the raft, you can't get it. You've gotten as far in the game as you're getting. There's a whole nother island of Hyrule. You may have noticed that last town we were in, there was a like a bridge tile or a dock next to it. Well, when you have the raft, you can launch from that tile. In fact, I don't even think it's really worth it going any further, because that way leads to the boss, which, as I've just demonstrated, I don't think I can kill yet. I'm not gonna go at that thing with anything less than full attack. Because that's the only way to shorten that fight, as far as I can tell. There's one spell that might be able to help me, actually, now that I think about it. Ooh, 2 spells. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This might not be as bad as I thought. By using the power of endgame magics. Yeah, so I think we'll be able to go explore the other continent a little bit. Get... Oh, I'm on my last life. I'll have to be careful. I'm 700 points away from an upgrade. So here's the thing about these kinds of rooms, right? If you clear off 1 and 2 and the block above you is stable, works on Minecraft logic. You'll always have that shield above you. Motherfucker. I gotta build a runoff trench to contain you pricks. So if you're really stuck in those rooms, just wait until it builds up 3 and then break 1 and 2. You know, break the first 2 and you'll always have the one above it to cover your head. And we'll come back to you later. Actually, I think that'll reset now. Yes. Lovely. Aha! Sometimes it's one of these guys! Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. They have helmets. So the downstab does not work on them. Same with the blue ones. Yeah, so these guys, they will sometimes come out of the statue, but they will always drop the full magic instead of points. So you still get the full magic vial that you were after, but you know, you just gotta murder a man. In Z-Quest, somebody made a great quest where it's Wind Waker Lake, where it's all island-based. Z-Quest is open. Oh, I've never heard of that. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'd highly recommend playing Wind Waker. I know they made that HD for the Wii U, for the 3 people that had a Wii U, but I can't really say shit, because I'm one of the 2 people who has a Vita. And I don't know much about it other than they made a magic sail item that lets you go faster, which is a blessing because there's some travel time in that game. Not as bad as Final Fantasy 15, and no, I will not stop bitching about Final Fantasy 15. I will carry it to my deathbed. Ugh. So, raft. There we go. And it's not like the Super Mario Brothers raft. It's, these guys, I can't actually kill them yet. There's nothing I can do. I gotta run. It's just that one port. Different kinds of eyeballs. These are just annoying. They don't always line up at stabbable heights, and they're invincible, and they only give you 20 points. In this case, they're protecting that, so we can grab it and be on our way, but we're going to see more of them, and they're just an annoying enemy type. I don't like them very much. Can kill the flies, but you can see they're very erratic. Yeah, even if I stab these things in the eye, it doesn't do any damage. Okay. We made it. We're here. Actually, oh, fuck. I should go into town, but first, down here. So, you see that thing to the south? That spider-looking thing on the map? That's basically a Snorlax. Nope, going back to town. I need to go in there, but I'm going to heal first. It was foolish for me to even try it, but I did just want to show off the Snorlax. I forget what it's actually called, but it's a thing. It's blocking the road. Please save our town. With boots, I could walk on the water. But we spotted the ocean at the head of the trail. Where were we going so far away? Walk on the water. Step on the stone. Walk on the ocean, my bad. Step on the stone. Alright. I'm thirsty. Okay, there's a fountain literally right here. Yes, I do. It is assumed that I did that. Here. I brought it to you in my cupped hands. Laziest person and easiest goddamn spell. Okay, so this might make that blue Iron Knuckle fight easier. We'll see. Show off how this works in a second. Fire is a very good spell. Jump in a hole! Kid, are you trying to get me killed? Oh yeah, you gotta do all the bosses damageless. Yeah, no, that's why I've been having a panic attack for the last 45 minutes about this fucking blue guy. Ugh. It's fine. It's fine. I honestly don't know. The River Devil eats those who are weak. Submit to the River Devil. Yeah, I honestly don't know if the fireball spell... You are persistent. Fine heart over ocean. Stop bothering me, please. I am a bat. Yeah, I don't know if they can be hurt by the fireballs. So we're gonna see. If it doesn't work, there's one other spell I think I could use to make the fight easier. If I had boots, I could walk on the water, but I don't have boots. Okay, so we've got fire. Fire does this. It's the only way to hurt these grasshopper dudes. These grasshopper dudes are numerous and worth a lot of points. They're also, as you can see, a huge pain in my dick. Oop, wrong button. I started the ocean. Now I've got fucking Walk on the Ocean stuck in my head. The head of the trail. Is it still bad LP etiquette to sing on the microphone? This is true. This ain't no fucking LP. This is the Wild West out here. I'll do what I want. Okay. This guy. Basically the same, except, yeah. You need his eye open, and it only opens very sparingly. Oh, he doesn't even get fire. It has to be stabbed. Yeah, 150 points, not worth it. 500 points? Son of bitch. Eye of Goma, yeah, but a scorpion. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, like, I killed that one to show that it was possible. I'm probably just gonna blink off of them and keep on trucking, because they're just annoying and I hate them. Well. We're not going to deal with Baby Dragon right now. There'll be plenty of time for Baby Dragon in the future. Okay. This is probably the last thing we're going to do tonight is just check out over here, because... Well, actually, no, that's not true. There's one more thing we're going to do, but it's, this is the last useful thing we're going to do tonight. How's that? Oh, well, never mind. This is not the direction I thought it was. Alright, here's Baby Dragon. He's another one that can only be hurt by fire. He's actually the least annoying of the 3 new enemies we fought because he doesn't fucking have, like, some weird, erratic nonsense that makes the window where you can hurt him absurdly small. Like how the scorpion's eye will just blink for a quarter of a second, or the grasshopper things just bounce around all willy-nilly, so... I'm fine with Baby Dragon. Yeah. Hey, oh, time to go. All right. So forward progress is up there, which we'll take a look at next time. Not a whole lot more to explore around here. Oh, I shouldn't have walked into that forest. But before we go, before we say goodnight, there's one last thing to go take a look at. We have an old friend. Hello, friend. Error is the one that tells me where to fucking go in the graveyard. Damn it. My hubris.